Hey there, and welcome back to ESL Easy English. I am James, and today you are in for an exciting English lesson through one of the most adventurous stories ever told. Have you ever dreamed about traveling the world? Visiting new countries, meeting different people, and seeing amazing places? Well, today we're following a man who did exactly that. We're going to listen to a simple, easy to follow version of the classic story Around the World in 80 Days. This classic adventure is retold especially for English learners. After the story, I will guide you through 20 useful vocabulary words and phrases from the story, and we'll practice them together using shadowing. Shadowing means you repeat after me to practice your pronunciation and fluency. So, are you ready to travel the world in English? The story will be narrated by my good friend John. Let's get started.
Hi everyone, I'm John, and I'll be reading today's story. Sit back, relax, and let's begin our journey around the world. Here we go. In the 1800s, in London, England, there lived a man named Phileas Fogg. He was rich, quiet, and very organized. He lived a simple life and followed a strict routine. One day at his club, Fogg had a discussion with other gentlemen about how fast one could travel around the world. Fogg said it could be done in 80 days. The others laughed. To prove them wrong, Fogg made a bet. He said, "I will go around the world in 80 days, or I will lose 20,000 pounds. He left the same day with his new servant, a Frenchman named Passepartout. They took a train to France, then crossed the Mediterranean Sea to Egypt. From there, they took a boat through the Suez Canal to India. In India, they had a delay because the railway line wasn't finished, so they bought an elephant and traveled through the jungle. In the jungle, they found a young woman named Aouda. She was in danger, and Fogg saved her. She joined them on their journey. After India, they went to Hong Kong. Passepartout got separated, but Fogg found him. Then they sailed to Japan and crossed the Pacific Ocean to the United States. They traveled across America by train. Along the way, they faced many problems: snow, broken tracks, even an attack by Native Americans. Despite the difficulties, Fogg remained calm and focused. He always found a solution. Finally, they reached New York, but the ship to England had just left. Fogg didn't give up. He found another boat and made it back to London just in time. Or so he thought. But he had made a mistake in counting the days. He thought he had lost the bet. He was sad, but happy he had helped people and made new friends. Aouda had fallen in love with Fogg and asked him to marry her. The next morning they found out they had actually gained a day by traveling east. He still had time. Fogg rushed to the club and arrived just in time to win the bet. He had done it. He had gone around the world in 80 days.
All right, it's me, James, again. Now let's go over some of the most useful vocabulary from the story. I'll explain each word, give an example, and then we'll practice together. The first word is bet. A challenge where people risk money on a result. For example, he made a bet with his friend. Now repeat. Fogg made a bet to travel around the world. Good job. The next word is routine. Something you do the same way every day. For example, my morning routine includes coffee. Now repeat, Fogg had a strict routine. Great! Number 3 will be the word servant. A person who works in someone's home. For example, the servant cleaned the house. Now repeat, Passepartout was Fogg's servant.
Great job.
The next word is delay, when something is late. For example, the train had a delay. Now repeat after me. There was a delay in India. Excellent. The word jungle is next, which is a wild forest with many trees. For example, we walked through the jungle. Now repeat. They crossed the jungle on an elephant. Good job. The next word is danger, which is something that can hurt you. For example, the fire was a danger. Now repeat. Aouda was in danger. Good job. Now we come to the word save, which means to help someone out of danger. For example, he saved the dog from the river. And repeat. Fogg saved Aouda. Great! The next word is sail, which means to travel by boat. For example, we sailed across the sea. Now repeat. They sailed to Japan. Good job! The next word is attack, which means to try to hurt someone. For example, the army attacked the city. Now repeat. They were attacked by Native Americans. Excellent job! The next word is solution, which is an answer to a problem. For example, we need a solution to this issue. Now repeat. Fogg always found a solution. Great job! Now we have the word calm, which means not angry or scared. For example, she stayed calm during the test. Now repeat. Fogg stayed calm while in trouble. Great. The next word is focused, which means paying full attention. For example, he stayed focused on his work. Now repeat. Fogg remained focused on the goal. Excellent. You are doing great. The next word is mistake, which means something done wrong. For example, I made a mistake in the test. Now repeat. Fogg made a mistake in counting. Good job. The next word is count, which means to add numbers. For example, and let's count to 10. Now repeat. He counted the days wrong. Good job. The next word is east, which is a direction the opposite of west. For example, the sun rises in the east. Now repeat. They gained a day by going east. Great. The next word is win, which means to succeed in a game or challenge. For example, she won the race. Now repeat. Did Fogg win the bet? Great stuff. The next word is club, which is a place where people meet. For example, they met at the book club. Now repeat, Fogg made the bet at the club. You are doing well, almost there, only 3 more words. Now we have the word railway, which is the tracks for trains. For example, the railway was damaged. Now repeat. They use the railway in India. Perfect. The next word is journey, which means a long trip. For example, the journey took many days. Now repeat. Their journey lasted 80 days. Good job. And the last word is finish, which means to complete something. For example, I finished my homework. Now repeat. He finished the trip just in time. Excellent. I think you did very well. And there you have it. You just traveled the world with Phileas Fogg and improved your English along the way. Through stories, we learn not just new words, but also culture, thinking skills, and how to express ideas clearly. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like, comment, and subscribe for more story-based English lessons. And if you want to support the channel and help us create more lessons, you can buy us a coffee with the link below. Every bit helps, and we truly appreciate it. Until next time, keep exploring, keep practicing, and remember, the world of English is wide and you're already on your way around it. See you soon.